So this thunder keeps rumbling. All I can say is welcome back to Beyond the Stethoscope with me, Ruben, walking you through the botanical gardens of Darwin, taking a look at the fabulous trails and agriculture and trees, and just taking a look at the different things that you can see around Darwin right now. And it's actually amazing, this botanical gardens, of the different types of agriculture, the different types of water, the design. Sorry you can't really see much, but we'll try to get you as much as we can going through this. Maybe we can see a waterfall. We're looking at some blank water here, so I'm on my toes. Hopefully there's no crockaroos, because Croc Watch definitely wants to stay at 0. Hopefully 0. We do not want to see one held to the knob, but there's like a metal one there, as you can see. You see that top right, looking at right there, you can see it just lying there, metal sculpture of it. And we're just taking a look around and, yeah, just embracing it, learning to love these outdoorsy things and trying to become more of an outdoorsy person. So yes, we are at week 98 and done my second week of placement in mental health. And looking back at my last 2 weeks, I can say it's one of the most complex specialties, one of the most difficult specialties in terms of patients. And I can say most likely I will not be pursuing training in this area of specialty. Sorry guys, just want to make sure I'm catching in all the looks while I'm giving you my weekly feedback on the week. Yeah, having not covered mental health for about, let's say, 3 years, it's been pretty hectic in terms of learning all the diseases again, trying to figure out what's going on and what kind of management plan is appropriate for patients. Yeah, like, when you read in the papers how mental health is growing, specifically for my Canadian viewers, Bell Let's Talk Day was on the 25th. I'll be addressing that later in my blogs because, in my opinion, I don't think just because you have a day about mental health doesn't mean that it should be stopped after that one day. So I'll be covering that later in the blogs and giving you my personal experience with it and just showing you how not only medical students handle mental health, but international medical students. Being an international student, I like my spin on, issues that affect people, and it's a different kind of process whether you're a domestic or international student. There's definitely same other issues, but there's obviously some other issues that domestic students don't face, financial, homesickness, etc. So I'll go through that later in my video process and later in the week. So maybe watch out, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Who knows? We'll see how the play goes. So yeah, it's been an interesting experience. One of the doctors told me it's one of these specialties where it's concrete, and in the sense that the textbook will show on the patient, whereas certain people present oddly for GORD or reflux or chest pain and angina and various different other conditions or symptoms. They present differently, whereas psychiatry is more textbook, whether it's visual hallucinations, auditory hallucinations, delusion, etc. Most of them based on the DSM-5 usually meet that criteria as a cookie cutter, which makes it simple, you would think. But the more cookie cutter it is, the more ability to figure out what management, what kind of drugs, are they able to wean themselves off, do they have the social support. I think true definition of holistic care in terms of specialties would be in psychiatry, because you don't know whether this patient is going to be fine once you're discharged. So you don't know what the care is going to be. So you want to involve everyone, the multidisciplinary team. Yes, I'm dropping some big words on Friday. My brain's not handling it because it's hot, 33 degrees and definitely hot. But anyway, back to it. And that's some circumstantial thought process or thought form. Me jumping around idea because it's hot. But anyway, back to it. Yeah, it's very complex in terms of management and understanding. And I was having a discussion and just talking about how you're able to be happy with treating your patients and being happy with the fact that they might not be taking you might not be taking their meds once they leave. They might be recurring. For example, a patient comes in with a broken leg. You can put a cast on, you can heal it. Whoa. And they're probably not coming back. Sorry guys for that hesitation, but something just jumped out of the bushes, or dropped out of the bushes, I should say. So, don't know what's going on there. But, yeah. So, I like that closure of care, but I think with mental health, you're not really getting that closure of care. And so, for me, it'd be pretty difficult in terms of figuring out what's going to go on there. So it's one of the reasons I probably will not be pursuing psych as a future option. But it's been definitely interesting. It's eye-opening. It gives you more of a realization of your patients and more of that defined care of how important holistic care is in terms of patient care. My gosh, everything's jumping around and I have no idea what it could be because it's Darwin and I ain't used to this. Oh my gosh, there's butter flapping and good gracious, who knows? But yeah, so it's definitely difficult, and I do have much respect for the nurses in mental health because I have no idea how I could deal with some of the things that I've seen throughout my 2 weeks, and who knows what they have been through for the last how many times they've been working in mental health. And I'm glad that hopefully I'm not stepping on anybody's toes while I'm trying to learn and get my time in Darwin or in the mental health ward. So yeah, bringing back to the week, it's another day, it's another fabulous Friday afternoon. Can't go wrong with that. Taking in these beautiful trees and these beautiful colors on this wonderful day between the 15 minutes of sunshine that I'm getting right now before the thunderstorm that's gonna happen. Guaranteed it's gonna happen. It's Darwin. We barely ever see the sun. It's just rain, rain, rain all day. Well, what can I say? I was right when I'm about to try to get out of this Botanical Gardens. I think I'm lost, but hopefully I'm not. It started to rain. So as you can see, pretty dark clouds. So I'm going to try to find my way to my car. Hopefully I can find it in the next 10 to 15 minutes because I don't want to be stuck in the rain. The last thing I want is to get sick up in Darwin being wet. So I'm going to see if I can figure this out. So I'll let you guys know how this adventure goes. Hopefully I can find something. Thank goodness, folks, we have found the car after the mission. It still continues to rain, but yet we found the car. Thank goodness for that. Oh, I can't do this heat and the rain. Oh. TGI, beautiful car. Beautiful, beautiful car. Thanks, guys. Look out for me in week 97. Live your life, love your life, and remember, let God in your life. Peace.